Did you know that you can reduce fatigue with hyperbaric oxygen therapy? That's what I'm covering inside this video. My name is Dr. Chris Garcia. I'm a leading expert in
You'll probably go the same as the other one, right? It was expert in athlete
and health and wellness recovery and health and wellness. All right.
Yeah, like normal SBAs.
And physical and rehabilitation and recovery. Okay. Here we go. I got it. Did you know that you can reduce fatigue with hyperbaric oxygen therapy? That's what I'm covering inside this video. My name is Dr. Chris Garcia. I'm a leading expert in recovery and physical rehabilitation. When we look at why fatigue happens, there's numerous reasons. It could be from inflammation in your head. You could have had a concussion. You can have chronic pain. You could have a car accident. You could have challenges in your brain network system that are not just functioning at their highest rate. And ultimately, what's happening is you're not getting full blood flow, you're not getting all the vitamin nutrients, you're not getting everything that's going to the brain that is needed. And that creates fatigue, it creates that feeling of being sluggish or brain fog. And now, how does hyperbaric oxygen therapy help? Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a system in which you're in a chamber. It's a pressurized chamber. Imagine being on an airplane and you have that kind of that pressurized feeling, or maybe you've gone scuba diving and you felt that pressure. What you're going to do is you're going to sit in a chamber where you're going to breathe in oxygen with an oxygen therapy mask at 100% pure oxygen. You're going to be inside this pressurized cabin. Now, what does the pressurized cabin do? When you breathe in oxygen, it goes into your lungs. That those oxygen cells are saturated onto your red blood cells, which are these fancy cells that carry everything all over your body. Well, what we're going to do with the pressurized chamber, it's going to drive more oxygen through your lungs and into your bloodstream into a fancy word called your plasma. What happens here is all of your blood is now saturated with up to 400% of your resting levels with hyperbaric oxygen chamber. Now, why is that helpful? What does it do? All of that 400% is now going to saturate your bloodstream, and now you're going to carry more oxygen in your blood to the rest of your cells. Now, why is oxygen so important? If our body was a vehicle and our cells were the car, the gasoline that drives that is oxygen. Now, in an oxygen deprived area, you get headaches. Think about that. When you don't get a lot of sleep, you start yawning. Your body is asking for more oxygen. And so when it's oxygen deprived, you're not thinking properly. Think about when you haven't had a lot of sleep. Your memory's not the same. You feel sluggish. You don't feel like yourself. You don't feel alert. So you drink some coffee. And you do these things to ultimately help yourself feel better. But is there a way that you can do that naturally? Absolutely. So the goal and the target here is to increase the amount of oxygen going through your brain. Now, how does hyperbaric oxygen therapy help that? Well, once we've saturated your blood with up to 400% more, it doesn't just go to your brain, it goes to your entire body. And now what that's going to do is super saturate all of your tissue. Now, that's also going to help you decrease inflammation. That's number one. This is where if you get more oxygen to the system, any inflammation that was happening in your head, now that cell has more oxygen, it's going to process any inflammation that you have. So whether it's concussion or anything else that you've had, maybe even a stroke, it'll help decrease that inflammation to help that heal just a little bit faster. Number two, it's going to increase the amount of blood flow just to that area. Imagine a hose kinked, if you had a hose and you had water flowing through that, and if you kink that just a little bit more because you're not so alert, you're not feeling as good, you didn't get enough sleep. What we're going to do is we're going to increase the size of that hose, or it's going to be less kinked, and more oxygen and blood flow is going to be passing through there. And ultimately, that third part is you're now going to have more oxygen into the brain. So number one, decrease inflammation, increase the blood flow to that area, and ultimately, number three, get more oxygen to the brain. Now, that's going to help you feel more alert. It's not going to help you, feel more sluggish. It's actually going to increase the amount of processing that your brain can do. So if you felt sluggish, you felt low in energy, you felt fatigued and tired, now one of the best things you can do is increase your sleep. Now, if you've tried that, or if you're unable to sleep and you feel like you have maybe anxiety, maybe depression, and you feel like the brain just doesn't turn off, what we're going to do is we're going to get you some natural solution there, increase the blood to the brain so you can have some natural energy. That gets those cells kick-started. It helps them function at a higher rate. You feel more alert. And that's the best part of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, is that it's natural. This is just oxygen to your brain, and all you're doing it with increased pressure, pushing that into your lungs, saturating up to 400%, getting more fuel to the brain so those cells function at a higher rate. And so if you've been feeling sluggish, slow, tired, fatigued, just in general, and you can't find a solution, and you don't want medications, or you don't want anything else with side effects, and you're looking for a natural solution, and you've tried the sleep and that hasn't done it, you've tried the natural forms of other types of pills and you're tired of that, hyperbaric oxygen therapy can be a relief for you. If you're interested in any of that service to be able to help you feel more energized and less fatigued, contact the experts here at Sports Performance Physical Therapy. My team and I would be excited to be able to help you out and qualify you to make sure that you're a good fit for hyperbaric oxygen therapy. If you want to know more and feel more energized, contact us today. Thank you. Hi, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification for my weekly tips on improving your lifelong health without aches and pains. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.